the one that I came up reading, he wasn't like a complete dweeb. He was just to himself.
Yeah.
Now for Toby, he's that version, one that's a complete dweeb, and then he comes up. You know, the version of Andrew Garfield that I got, that was a Spider-Man I read that was kind of like to himself, and he just wasn't like he just wasn't like stardom and athlete or anything. He never was like super picked on. He might have been ridiculed a few times, but it was mainly for the misunderstood part. There wasn't like a full-on bully for him.
Yeah, but he always like not an expert too. Yeah, like Andrew Garfield really nailed like the jokes and the wittiness and having like the quick comments.
Yeah.
He really nailed that.
He was actually the most perfect Spider-Man when it comes to being witty. He was, to me, like he did the wit part really, really well.
Yeah, I have to agree.
It's crazy. Everything y'all are saying right now is the same thing this old guy that came up to my job and said, who used to own a comic book store.
Yeah.
Like word for word, bar for bar, y'all are saying the exact same thing. So it's making a lot of sense.
Listen, I'm not an expert on the comics, but I've seen enough different Spider-Man cartoons to tell, hey, this is what I think he's most accurately like. You get me?
Yeah.
Another hot take. I don't like the Tom Holland.
You don't rock it up? What's about
He's the cool Disney XD in the cartoon version that they decided to make a movie out of. You feel me?
Yeah.
We all know that's not how it goes down. Like Iron Man in the cartoons, he can control, like he has like some type of mechanical telekinesis, and it's like, he doesn't ever actually have that. Or if he gets that, that's something that's later. The Iron Man that we know is just put on the suit, kick ass, keep pushing.
Yeah, for sure.
In the cartoon, they make it to where he's like some type of tech psyche. It's like, okay, I see what you guys are doing to spice it up. I'm not mad at it, but that's not what that's not what I grew up on, but I can respect it though. Like the Iron Man, Spider-Man, I kind of dig it, but that's for the millennials. That's for the new school millennials. The ones that are like you said, the ones that are from the Toby era, we're kind of looking at that like, dude, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's
but we get it because there's so many different reiterations of Spider-Man in the movies, not just the cartoons, that we kind of let them do whatever they're doing and just see, and then we try to accept it.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
The one thing that bothers me with Spider-Man movies is that, like, especially Sony, like, I mean, of course they brought it back, like, the Spider-Verse animated movies are incredible, but they're making so many movies with, like, Spider-Man, Sony's making so many Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man in them. Like, you got so many Spider-Man villains, but you established Spider-Man in that universe, in the Sony universe. Like, you got Venom, you got Morpheus, you got Raven, you got...
That's a great point. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're all like, they all allude to Spider-Man, but who is he? You know what I mean? So, like, one thing.
What's up, everybody joining the stream?
That's a great point.
Hi to everybody. Like the stream. If you like what we're talking about, leave a comment.
Yeah, man. I was expecting you guys to, I mean, maybe I should have expected it, but that you guys were whipping up the Marvel Spider-Man question.
Oh, it's because of you. It's because of you. Coach, no, I'm a very strict One Piece guy. I can talk about a lot of other things, but I'm a One Piece dickhead. I won't lie to you. But because you're here and we're trying to be more open about new content, I'm completely open to what's going on right now.
But aside from that, I know like Spider-Verse has kind of opened the floodgates for me, but I still want the people to know like anime is and will always be like that number one thing for me. If it's not,
but that's the funny part.
And if it's not gaming, then we'll get into like the pop culture, like Marvel.
But look, that's the funny part.
You know what I mean? I think I've got brought up with just watching, the movies as we did as kids, and then if I'm really interested, maybe going into the comics. Like my first graphic novel for DC for Batman was Death in the Family. That's like the only real comic I had for in terms of graphic novels for like DC or Marvel superheroes, but. I think the stories are great. I know there's like so many, storylines you can follow and things of that nature that you can get lost in and, spend hours.
See, I was going to say this, right? I was going to say this to what you were saying. I feel like the anime thing is not going to be an issue because I just was just going over some of the pages that I follow for anime news, and it turns out that Terminator is getting an animator.
Yeah, that's that too.
So I can see a lot of these other like Marvel, DC. Eventually, we're gonna start getting anime Spider-Man, anime Iron Man. Like that's gonna be a thing very soon, So I don't think anime is gonna be too. Eventually, these things are gonna like, you know what I'm saying? So like, why not? I'm all for it. I definitely could do something.
Like Marvel anime movies or something like that. There's like an Iron Man one, I think, or I forget. I saw it.
Oh, that's hard.
The X-Men, the new X-Men '97, to me, that looks more like an anime than an actual cartoon, and it seems to be very successful right now.
Because Studio Mir animated a lot of their scenes. Studio Mir is the company that does like Castlevania style.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's hard.
Or things of that nature. So yeah, those fight scenes went crazy, man. They really surprised me. Pleasantly surprised me with X-Men '97 for the stuff that I had seen online.
Yeah.
Nah, that's hard as fuck, then. So boom, with this Spider-Verse movie, the third one's gonna drop soon. I think in like what is it, October?
I don't think they've released any news saying when exactly. Did they? Is it October?
I haven't seen any. I don't look, but I haven't seen.
I feel like it is coming soon though.
I feel like the whole world would be like, "Oh my god, it's back!"
Yeah, okay, for sure. But it is coming out this year, isn't it? I thought they put a year on it.
I'm not sure.
I thought it was late this year.
I feel like we'd have heard a little bit more about it. But
okay,
that could be the whole ploy.
Maybe I'm tripping. But
with this, keep the conversation going. Give me 2 seconds.
For sure. With this third one, do you think this is going to be the best one out of the three? Or do you think nothing going to top the second one?
I think it depends on how I think it's all about the climax and how they end the story. Because I think the first one obviously started off so strong, right?
Yeah,
and facts. One kind of blew the floodgates open because of you're introducing all these new characters. Like, so many people are able to resonate with all these different iterations of Spider-Man and Spider-People.
Definitely.
So if they continue on the trajectory they're on, I think the third one could be very much be like the best of the three. But as of right now, I think the second one is like, it's going to take a lot to top it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Because it's almost been a year and people are still like craving for more. You know what I mean? It's really interesting. I have this conversation all the time, but it's really crazy how the general public really just, resonated with that movie, and really are just vying for it. And like the kids, it's such an amazing thing too. Like for kids growing up now, like, these Gen Zers, the younger kids, like Miles Morales is their Spider-Man.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's him.
Like Miles is, and I think that's so beautiful. I think that's amazing. So they clearly are doing the right thing and doing a good job at it.
No, for sure. I remember when it first came out, I rewatched it like maybe 4 times in the first 3 weeks because it was just like
the second movie.
The second one. The first one I rewatched a few times too, but like in a different span. But the second one, I'm not gonna lie, because like the way they went so in depth with how they directed it. That was insane to me. Like even when we get Gwen having that conversation with her dad about like opening up and being, I'm Spider-Man, and we, hashing out this father-daughter issue. They shooting some scenes in like all white, all pink, vibrant colors like clashing, so they can like show the mood of the scene with the characters without even like it's crazy details like that where I'm like, damn, they going crazy. And then on top of that, the soundtracks for the last 2 Spider-Man have been phenomenal, especially that first one. The first one was incredible.
Even with how you were saying, with just like dissecting the scenes and certain reasons why they directed it the way they wanted to, whether it's this color scheme or like what requires it in this art style or that art style. The music is a whole other ballgame because like you could dissect, freaking the Prowler's music being reversed to like some for like the Miles you see at the end, but like things like that, and just like certain music things for each character, because every character has their own theme. Like it's not. They went balls to the wall with just every little single detail for the entire movie.
No, most definitely. Yo, Goo, what's been your favorite Spider-Man so far out of all the ones that came out?
Say it one more time.
What's been your favorite Spider-Man movie that's came out?
I'm gonna be real with you. The last one, Into the Across the Spider-Verse, really nailed it on the head, because they nail it on they nail it morally, and just for seeing like it's like a from boys to men type of vibe. Like Spider-Man, he's not thinking too serious about everything he's doing. He's kind of just doing it, like typical Peter Parker stuff, or Miles Morales in this case. Yeah, he's just doing stuff, going with the flow, like a breeze in the wind. But then he comes to he finally comes to that conclusion, like, okay, so my parents really, the things that my parents have been teaching me are really fundamental and they're really important, and because they help me depict what I need to do moving forward as Spider-Man. You get what I'm saying? Because he even had that point when he was conflicted and he was going against the Peter Parker that taught him how to be him. He was literally telling him, so like, oh shoot, so like you're the one I reason with the most, but you're also with these guys? Because even with everyone against him, only because he had the parental training of his mom and dad, he knew to stay 10 toes on how he felt and believed. So if you take away that, then he just becomes another sheep in the flock. You know, so I love that Spider-Man. That showed me more than any of the Spider-Mans had ever shown me, just off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I rock with that.
Real talk.
So Kumar,
I'm a big Miles fan. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big Miles
fan. Hey, we in the same boat.
I was just telling that, like, the kids growing up nowadays, like, Miles is their Spider-Man, you know? So
Facts.
Yeah, the Peter Parker thing the Peter Parker thing isn't like as ingrained to them as it is for us.
That's the older generation. That's
like if they
that's
came out with
us.
another Spider-Man and they were to switch his name, either from Peter or Miles, it wouldn't be too out the window for them. The new Spider-Man fans are like, okay, cool, we already got two, so give us a third one, why not? At this point, he's Green Lantern, you know? So, yeah.
I feel that. I feel it. Kumar, what age did you start watching anime, and when did you know you wanted to hop into cosplay?
So I think I had a little bit of an unconventional entry into anime. So I grew up in the Bronx with me and my mom's side of the family. We all lived in the same apartment, and my mom's side of the family is very young compared to my dad. So my uncle, her brother, the youngest of them all, of her siblings, is only 3 years older than me. Okay. So we lived right in the arcade, and we played fighting games all the time. And you know, 90s, the arcades, most of the fighting games coming out of Japan were literally anime. So like playing Street.
That's hard. Yeah.
Or Showdown. Like I saw this and was like, oh, this looks really cool. Like they're doing cool stuff. And then when I would, we would go home and keep throwing Ninja Scroll, I'd be like, oh, this kind of looks like the games we're playing. So but I never really, and then, as I'm sure you guys know, watching Pokemon and Dragon Ball growing up, and they were called anime. Oh, this cartoon, like this is like.
And I didn't know. My older cousin is who told me, because I was kind of a delinquent. So to keep me on point, he used to tell me, you act right during the week, and every Friday we pop in a DBZ VCR. And I was like, all right, bet. And that kind of, I was like, okay, these cartoons are fire. And I kept saying cartoon. And every time I said it, he pounded me on the head, and we end up like fighting basically. But he was older than me by a few years. Yeah. But he basically just tell me that's anime.
Yeah, that's anime.
And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, bet. Oh, Mr. Technical. But then later on, become that technical myself.
Mm-hmm. So I didn't get really the terminology until like I think about middle school, high school. But I was still watching this stuff, as a kid growing up. Mm-hmm. But then like oh, this is called anime, and these are the things under that umbrella. And then I didn't really start getting real serious about like catching all the seasonal stuff that comes out every season, which is. Nowadays, there's too much to watch, and we get spoiled how beautiful the animation is and stuff like that. But I think around like the mid 2010s when I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to catch like whatever seasonal anime is like that I think is cool and stuff like that. As for cosplay though, I never really considered cosplay a thing. Like I just thought, oh, Halloween, you dress up and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Boom.
I think during the pandemic, once 2020 hit and everyone was locked into like, the confines of their house, you start reaching out, everyone starts creating anime podcasts or the niches that they're in. And you make friends that way online, which I think is still an amazing thing. But the first anime I see that was open to the public during that time frame, I think it was 2021, was when like, a lot of the friends I made online were like, oh, we're going to go to Anime NYC. Like we should all do cosplay, like we should just really live it up. So like, I guess so. I don't want to be left out. I don't want to be the only person not cosplaying.
Yeah, facts.
Kind of how like it kind of led to that. I still don't think a cosplayer because I don't put in the time or effort that these other people are like making their stuff from scratch and like starting from the ground up. Like I kind of just try to buy hopefully. Right.
Was that the anime NYC I saw you at with Shonin and Harry? Okay, word, makes sense.
Yeah. So from there, I kind of made it a point to, if I'm going to a con, maybe I'll want to cosplay for like a day or two and like do it there.
Do you feel out of place when you don't cosplay?
Almost.
If you go to a con and you don't cosplay, do you feel out of place?
I think people nowadays might, because I know it's still like a thing for people to just be like, to enjoy the convention for its for themselves, do their thing, as opposed to me seeing all my friends and like the people that we see that are all cosplayers. I almost be like I feel like I have to,
it's almost expected of you.
Yeah, but again, like I think it's more so a content thing for me. Like if I'm gonna cosplay someone, a character, like I want to be able to get content out of it, especially if I really like the character. Like I'm not gonna cosplay someone who I don't like resonate with. I can't like do something with in terms of either content or pictures or stuff of that nature. Like I'm not just gonna cosplay the hottest thing just because it's the hottest thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
Like resonate with me in some way.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I've seen you cosplay Doflamingo a few times. How far into One Piece are you? And
so
how do you
say that? So at that, I'm not even. But people were doing a One Piece group cosplay. All my friends are just like, they're like, you gotta cosplay with it. Like, but I don't really. I've been watching One Piece like that. Y'all know, like when it comes to Naruto, it's been my guy.
Yeah.
Might as well just be. All right, so let me get this character, and I just like the fact that he's a straight up like, he's the too cool. Like you hate him, but like you kind of love him because he's just look. You know what I mean? So that's what I really love.
Dope antagonist.
I how there's a lot of characters or villains in anime that like have some sort of reason to be a villain. I feel like Doflamingo is just a villain because he just wants to be that way. He doesn't like. There's no like. He has like that stance of like
You're right.
Strong, like only the strong survive, and like I'm this type of person, so I'm above all of you. Like I was raised. But at the end of it, this core, just a truly bad guy, and I think we need more villains like that. We need more villains for the sake of being villains, not because I have to, I traumatize by this event, and I gotta make it right or wrong. Like Obito, like him being a villain because Ren, got killed. I'm not hating on that, but like I feel like that's why I like Madara a lot, because like he's just like is just this big bad motherfucker. Just like I'm the strongest. I'm like my way of the shinobi world is right, and if you don't like
standing on it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I feel that. Personally, I feel like it would have been live if Obito actually did end up coming back to the village. The Leaf would have been standing 10 toes. That would have been a hard little ambu.
Like Naruto's my
No comment. No comment. I don't want to get on there. Kumar, you don't know this side of me, but I am a professional Naruto slanderer. I have no beef.
Bro, we can't slander the big three shows.
Listen.
Same thing I'll be telling Trey Shine about Bleach.
But what happens when you have to debate amongst the big three? What then?
Slander is a strong word, though. There can be friendly debate amongst the big three.
I am a astute Naruto debunker.
Okay, that's better. That. Yeah, I'm with that too.
Like that. But I love Naruto. Just when we compare it to this, there's not many candles being put near it. You get me? Like, yeah. Naruto's dope though. I don't know if Obito would have been good in the village. I actually properly appreciate him as a villain. Because not many villains do that in series where Naruto literally went on this whole thing about I'm gonna protect my friends, and then he's like, okay, protect them. I'll kill one.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah.
That was kind of spicy. I like that. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. I won't get into what I don't like because that'll go on for hours. But I like that one.
For sure. Fair enough. When did you say you started watching Naruto?
It's funny. I had watched it a little as a kid, and I totally fell off from just anime or just whatever I was into at the time. I remember coming home from college one year and from the summer, and I saw my little brother watching it. Oh my god, I used to watch this as a kid, and then it took me. I got to get back into this. So
Yeah, same way, same here. Caught my little brother watching it.
Yeah, I was like, damn, you're into this too now, because he didn't really. I'm like 8 years older than my brother.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
For the summer from college, I wanted to see what he's up to. I see him watching Naruto. I'm like, damn, he's into anime now. Like, I gotta jump in, and I'm almost like a bigger fan than me at this point.
Yeah.
So, when did y'all start with the big three though? Is that around the time it was airing or?
No.
It was for me. It was Naruto. Naruto was what I started One Piece first, but I detached myself from One Piece first because it wasn't abundantly cool for me. Like when I was watching anime as a younger, it was what had the cool factor the most, and I thought ninjas were fucking awesome. So Naruto won, and Samurais were right after that, and Bleach was next. And then being a pirate, I just didn't get it yet.
Yeah,
like I got it because of Pirates of the Caribbean, but it wasn't more so like it wasn't something I would do. I was like, oh, I fawned over as a child. And when I got into college and whatnot, I started getting it. Like, yeah, I just want to be a fucking pirate. I can do what I want when I want. Facts.
Because it's so funny. I feel like as you get older, like we appreciate the story more so than like how something looks. Like, because I'm right there with you. When I saw it, I really rock with the way it was animated. Like, I also didn't really care about pirates. You know what I mean? So like this is the greatest story ever told. It's kind of felt like, all right, let me give this, a chance or a shot. And I just think it's amazing how, 1,000 episodes deep, like, who else is doing it? It's like a feat in itself to even say something like that. So I gotta respect, respect something like that in today's day.
It was the main character for me too, because I wasn't like, even watching Fantastic Four, I didn't like Mr. Fantastic. The whole rubber thing was not amusing me at all. So when I saw Luffy had rubber, and I was just like, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was a kid watching it, I was kind of tired of it. I didn't get to Gear 2. I had stopped during Skypiea. I had liked that art, but I was going through like a transition thing. I was moving and stuff like that. So I didn't get to keep up with it. But then when I revisited after Naruto and Bleach, and I was like, yo, I need to watch an anime that has this type of length to it. And then I saw One Piece like on YouTube, just like a bunch of One Piece stuff, and I was like, you know what? Let me just go back and watch it. Because my favorite character was Ace, because he actually had a good power.
Yeah,
he should have been the main character.
An MC, like, an MC power.
Yeah, a real MC power. Like, that's the guy. No wonder he's your big brother. Facts. Then I was like, then later on, I was like, okay. After when I got to like the whole thing clicked, Emmy's lobby was like, yo, this is really good. Because 300 episodes into Naruto or Naruto Shippuden, I wasn't feeling the way I was feeling. But it really sealed the deal for me with Marineford. It was like, yo, anime is like when it got to Marineford and I saw him connect all the dots where the story was at before, I was like, God damn, this is kind of goated right here.
It's different.
Even if it's better fights and everything, the story is enough. The story and the foreshadowing and world building is enough to compete with anybody. So I was just like, I was amused off that. Yeah.
Facts. I think
how'd you get onto this Naruto wave? I mean, or anime big three wave?
It was crazy different for me. Like as a kid, I used to grow up watching Naruto off the rip from like Toonami and shit like that. You're gonna catch it at like 9 p.m. You're gonna see the good shit. So. But back then there wasn't no on demand or like Hulu or Netflix, so you couldn't just like watch it how you want to watch it. You watch it when we got it on, and it might not be in order. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. Watch and find out. So I was watching it back then, but I probably got up to like, I want to say the Sasuke retrieval arc. That's where I got up to, and then I got in trouble. I ended up getting suspended from school. So when that shit happened, all that TV shit dead. Ain't no more cartoon, anime, whatever you call it. It's done. So by the time I got ungrounded, it was like 2-3 months later, and it's so much shit going. I don't know who's doing what. I don't know who these new characters are. Why we here? So I didn't even just start watching it again. I was like, fuck it. It just is what it is. But then I ended up going to PV, and I saw that they were still making new episodes of Dragon Ball Z. That was when the Goku Black saga arc had started, and I was like, damn, they still making Dragon Ball Z. And I just seen people like playing it in the dorm room, and I was like, yeah, they doing this shit, and they got a new Supers out. I'm like, the fuck is Super? Never heard of that shit before. I'm used to Dragon Ball Z and Kai or Dragon Ball or the weak ass GT shit. So I started watching the Super, getting caught back up on the OG, the Godfather, and we get to the turn of the power, and I'm like, damn, okay, that was hard. But now Dragon Ball Z is over. I gotta watch something now because now I'm hooked on anime. Especially with all this free time at college. You know, you in your dorm, it ain't shit to do but just you got nothing but free time.
That was One Piece, bro. That was One Piece for me.
Facts.
Episode 1 all the way to whole cake, bro.
Facts. So
all
when I
the whole
stopped,
cake.
when I stopped Dragon Ball Z, that's when I was like, but I'm about to watch like a couple like quick animes because I see other people talking about anime, but I don't really just know a lot. I just watch, you know, like Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, shit from my childhood. So I started watching like just quick shit like Assassination Classroom, Death Note, you know, just small shit here and there. And I'm like, damn, okay, the anime is pretty fucking hard. Like it's other shit out there got like penmanship and it's going in insane depth. Like anime is really better than like live action TV shows, like writing wise. So I'm like,
thing I always tell people, like, and most a lot of my friends that aren't in that niche, like, and that's the one thing I sell them on is just like, yeah, you might hear your stereotypes of anime, but like I'm telling you, anime has some of the best storytelling.
yes, it's so different.
I tell people that at my job all the time. No matter what story you find, I can find either an anime that's in that same category or better. You know, that's just what it is. Anime is like that.
Fact. And I feel like because I started getting into anime heavy at that time, that's what kind of spoiled Stranger Things for me. Because I feel like all the hype people were giving Stranger Things, after watching so much anime, I was kind of like, this is what y'all fawning over? Like this is like a B- anime or regular B anime because it's some shit out there if y'all just go watch it. Like if y'all want to see some different shit, like anime is so in depth, the catalog is insane. But like watching Stranger Things, I was like, okay, this is cool. But if I would have watched this before I got into anime, I probably would have fucked with it a lot more how other people are, just because it's different too, and it's got that throwback scene, 70s, 60s or whatever. But
okay, so I do want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Kumar, so how far are you along in One Piece?
Not far, brother. I will tell you.
But how far? Not just in general, so I know where to gauge conversations at.
I mean, you know, it's funny when it comes to One Piece. Like, it's been, like I said, it's been out so long, right? So there's obviously things that I've been privy to that I know that's anime that I haven't watched myself, but pretty much after Alabasta, pretty much.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. No,
yeah, that's all right. Cool. Yeah, that's yeah.
Ace talking about Whitebeard, talking about like all those kids. Like I know because you can't escape internet nowadays because people is gonna be spoiling everything. But even just like when it wasn't even watching anything One Piece related, I still knew these characters because of you know people talking about them and just seeing them in like you know the spaces that we're in, seeing them out and about, and you kind of like when you're scrolling whether on Twitter or whatever, you kind of see like things that are just like. Like these outcomes have been around like Ace, like everyone jokes about Ace, right? Like you know the whole
donut
shit.
man.
Yeah, for sure.
I hate the joke, but you know it does exist.
And you know, like when did that happen in terms of like the year it was when that episode actually came out? You know what I mean?
You talking about Donut? You mean Marineford Donut Man?
Oh, yeah, Ace Pass.
That was back in the
early.
day. That's like 20.
I was gonna say
2012, 20. Yeah,
12?
that's
okay.
Before then. One Piece went on a hiatus for a while.
Yeah.
After Marineford and whatnot, especially in the post time skip, they take a lot of breaks in the post time skip.
So that happened around, you said 2012-ish, like the middle of the 2010.
I think Coach is more accurate. If I'll say, 2010 is a good place to meet because 2008 might have been a little too early, or it could have been really accurate. But I'm not too sure. We'd have to. Coach probably got the laptop. He probably have to look on what episode it was and when did it air. He could probably.
Yeah, I'm looking up now.
So something like that happening has been out for damn near almost over a decade, right?
It's 2010.
It's still a thing to talk about it. Yes, that's how crazy One Piece is.
June 27, 2010.
But Nation is like stuff.
Yep, he was right. 2010. Kumar was right. On point.
Yeah. Haven't even seen it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that even was, but I still knew about it because like it's been that stuff has been out for over a decade. So I mean, that's when it kind of like it's hard not to.
It's about to be a 14-year anniversary. In a month, it'll be a 14-year anniversary. Ace got donutted. Really? I gotta stop saying that. It sounds bad.
No, did he?
I gotta stop saying that.
Crazy. Well, yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy how long it's been going.
A real One Piece fan. I gotta bring my girlfriend Perry. You guys have met her recently. So you want to tell your story?
How you doing?
What's up, Perry?
I'll tell Cokes. I'll tell you her One Piece story because I know Goo knows a little bit about it, and I know you guys not really talked about it when you guys first met a couple years back. But my girlfriend Perry was also a big One Piece naysayer. Like didn't really care for it. But she would watch it as a kid. So before kids version. But anyway.
Yeah.
So, first time me and her meet Rob in person for the first video that we go on for Shonen Showdown when we met Goo and we met Jared, Anime Sunday.
The middle ground. Yeah, the middle ground video. JJK versus Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer debate video. But after the video, we shoot it. It was a great, we go out to eat ramen afterwards and Goo is a proponent of this, but folks, Jared and Rob,
right?
Those guys, they're like the biggest One Piece chillers. They're not even trying to be chillers, They're just like they're gonna feed you and finesse you into being interested at the very least about.
For sure.
They were eating dinner, and they were just like Jared, Rob, like you guys are like they're always talking about One Piece. Like what's so great about it? So. At dinner, Jared and Rob give her little spiel. They don't give her everything, but they give her like enough to be like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna start it.
Yeah.
So this is back in two. She started watching One Piece, and then she started reading One Piece, and then within like 3 months, she caught up to the manga and the anime.
Wow.
3 months. That's how he got into it. So
that's dedication.
It is like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's really like that.
It's
really
for
like
real.
That. We told y'all that day too.
What we said? She wouldn't sleep. I would go to bed and she would be reading, and she would still be reading. And like the next morning, I'm like, "Did you go to bed?" She's like, "No, it's too good.
It's too good." I know that feeling. It's crazy.
Like that.
It's crazy.
It is like that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I was gonna catch up with her. So like the fact when I started seeing that, like her not going to sleep to want to read, not even that, like, watch what she watched, but then read what she watched. Through the manga, I was like, hey, I have to see what's up. So that's when I started watching One Piece. But just seeing her get like Jared and Rob didn't even give her like a pot to be like, you should start One Piece because of this.
Yeah.
They were just. Yeah, like it's cool. Like it's a good anime. And that's just like, all right, let me see. I'm an adult now, so I can like move past the like. It's not. It doesn't.
You know what it was? You know what it was, Coach? What it was, Coach? I was there. I still remember the conversation. Not super vividly, but I remember it enough. You know when you're trying to make something a big deal, but you're trying not to make it sound like a big deal. So
Facts.
It's like this. It's like this. Like
every time.
One Piece is great, but ain't no. It's like you're just trying to compliment it without actually hyping it,
gassing it like it deserves.
That's what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, Rob was like full on. No, it's great. It's amazing. And then Jared was kind of like, yo. It's good. Just watch it. But you could tell when he's saying
he playing chess.
It's so much more than just that. He's not trying to overhype it.
Harry's gonna tell you guys what sold her on One Piece.
Oh, I'd love to hear that.
Okay, bet. Wait, say it one more time. What's up?
They said I was like, what is it about? Just guys trying to be pirates, right? And they're like, yes, initially, but it ends up becoming dismantling systems, creating solutions, going through from island to island, and there's liberation, there's oppression, there's the upper class that you're working to dismantle. It's like a pirate?
An anime?
Yep, on point. Yep.
Those themes, and especially because I think a lot of those themes are playing into part with what we're seeing right now in our social economic context. But those themes, I'm like, when they're really well done, they make amazing stories.
Facts.
So,
hell yeah.
Facts.
That's why I got into it, and they were right.
Yep.
I love that. I love.
That's what. See, most of what she said is what Rob was saying. Jared came in and was like, "Yeah, he's trying not. He's a hero, but he's trying not to be a hero."
Facts.
I was like, "Okay, yeah, he's making a good point." Rob was selling it though. Rob was saying everything that I would say.
Because it's hard not to sell it because it's so good. It's like, damn, bro. I don't even want to like downplay it because I want you to understand it's that good. You need to watch that shit today. But I don't want to gas it too much, and you think, oh, he was just really fuck with it. He being biased. Like, no, bro.
Because you can't have the super hard take for One Piece because then you just get looked at as a One Piece fanatic. So you just gotta be like, yeah, just give it a watch.
Yeah, you just gotta see it for yourself.
I've seen all 1,000 episodes. No big deal. You gotta talk like you gotta do like that. You gotta do it like that. Like
like it wouldn't be going 20 years if it wasn't that good, But what do I know? Type shit. But no, I love hearing your girlfriend's response. I love hearing people's moments on like what got them hooked on the One Piece. Cause for me, it was so different. Like I said, once I finished Dragon Ball, I started watching small shit. But then I got introduced to the big three when I was like, you know what? I used to watch One Piece as a kid, but just like on the 4Kids version, like I'm fucking with the intro. That's hard. But like as far as I know, it's just the MC that's made out of rubber. That's kind of lame. Shit, Naruto doing live shit with his classmates. I kind of want to see more of that, but I'm not going back to watch that yet. I'm starting off on One Piece to get like fully in depth in, and I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, the animation kind of mid to begin with, but I'm seeing like who the MC is as a character. I'm like, okay, I can follow this guy. I see his goal, I see his dream, and above all else, above achieving his dreams and like becoming king of the pirates, the main like embodiment of the show is friendship and taking care of your friends and never betraying ones you love. And those are like core values that I can fuck with. And I'm like, okay, I like that. That's a captain. That's a guy I can follow. Rock with that. We end up getting closer to like episode 34, like right when we get Sanji on the Bradier, and we going to get Nami from Arlong Park. That's when I'm like, okay, this hoe's kind of different.
Yeah, I think that scene, of course, everyone knows the scene of Nami asking Luffy for help. I think that's the turning point for a lot of like, okay, this is like, that's like the hook. Like, I got you. Like,
yeah. Follow me on this journey.
And I think for someone like me, I think that scene, like, the show has been out for decades, but I still think that scene holds still is on a high level of like just great storytelling and just like emotional weight.
Yeah.
And I still get chills like just thinking about that scene because I think for a lot of people that's the scene that's like, all right, I'm in it, like I'm invested now. So that's it.
Mm-hmm. And this is after she just hold us. She really just stole all our treasure and dipped on us. Like we thought she was a part of the crew. We thought she was down, and we still gonna come through for it because she's our friend. Like it's I fuck with things like that. I rock with that.
Yeah. So I think.
I wanted to change my answer because what's it called? Coach said something that really triggered a thought for me from back in the day, and it was Baratier where I did become an actual fan of One Piece, and it was mainly because of Sanji didn't have enough gusto. Is the word I'll go for.
Mm-hmm.
Sanji didn't have enough gusto to actually believe in his own dream and chase it.
Yeah.
He had to meet. He literally he saw two people chasing their dream. He saw Zoro do it first because Zoro had to face Mihawk, and he kept saying, "Throw your ambitions away and live. That's what's more important." But Zoro, like he said, no one's allowed to call me stupid for chasing my dream besides myself. And then he literally got to see Luffy chase his dream. And no matter how much times he was the underdog and got looked at by Don Krieg and everybody else around him, like, bro, you're not him. You're never going to be him.
Yeah.
Luffy continued to believe he was him. And that's what got Sanji to like, you know what? At the end of the day, like, if there's gonna be a crew that I do follow, it's gonna be this one because the romance of the dream, like chasing the all blue, chasing the One Piece, those are one of the same things. We don't even know if these things really exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Chasing, so and in life we deal with that now. The more we get older, the more we're meeting people that they're losing the will to chase their dreams. Their life is becoming too overwhelming. Bills, too many kids. Too many issues, car payments, all this other stuff. So when I find something that makes me, it sparks that inside of me. Even when I'm rewatching the series in college, it's like, yo, I need to go do this. Like no matter how many times I haven't been able to get to a con, I'm still like, yo, I'm gonna go to a con. yo, I'm gonna make this content. I'm gonna hop on this live. I'm gonna do this because it makes me feel good about myself and just being like knowing that I could chase something. You know, something that it's in front of me and I could grasp it. Like, look, go ahead, let me go ahead and do this. I can meet Rob for Show Me Showdown. Like, these are things that I've actually set out and got accomplished. You get what I'm saying? So that taught me a lot. Like you gotta be able to take away from yourself to see what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you'll just be like Sanji and cooking on the ship for the rest of your life. Like, I like how the live action translated it. Mm-hmm. I get you owe me, but you need to go. You get what I'm saying? That was the best way they could have done that from anime, because it wouldn't work trying to make that whole scene from anime to real life and make it work. They had to twist it the way they did.
Yeah, pacing. Chef
Zeph kicking him out had to happen. Like, I liked it like that. It was brilliant.
Well, that's that way you're bringing that up. What did you guys think of the live action? I know it's been a month since it's ended, but
this is perfect. We need a live action segment, so we could get into it right now, actually, especially if you've seen most of it. But you go first, Coach. You know I talk a lot.
No, for sure. So like I said before, I haven't finished the live action yet. I gotta hop back on Netflix. But what I've seen from the live action, I did enjoy. Personally, I know a lot of other people complaining, but I'm loving the way they're moving as far as pacing is going. Like Gu just said, they switched up the scene with the Barragier. It's like it's certain scenes you have to switch up because it's live action, because this is a 1,000 episode show. We gotta go. We trying to show y'all the real shit.
Yeah, it's not gonna work it's not gonna work if you try to get everything.
Exactly. It's not. And Oda's already putting a budget of $1 million on each episode. So we doing the best we can to move at the pace we're trying to go with. So it's certain things that are different, but I enjoy them. Like, even with the beginning when we get Zoro walking in a bar, he's like, "Let me get a drink for me and my friend," and it's the that group, the assassins group that Zoro fought before. What's the name of that place?
Yeah.
Well, before Alabasta, but before they get to Alabasta, it's an island where all the other assassins are, and he fought. I think what was it, number 4, number 5?
No, you fought. You're talking about the one he eliminated actually in the live action.
Like Bisect Man or something, right? Cut him in 2.
Yeah, bro. Yes, that was hard.
It's supposed to be number 7.
Now, okay, 7.
Add on for Kumar, because he might not know. Mm-hmm. The reason why the live action is so dope, and they're actually applying the live action, some of the methods of the live action, they're applying it to the final saga of One Piece, where they're putting the cover art, not the cover, but the cover stories. They're putting side information from SBS, all this stuff that Otis put out in the story from years ago. He's actually now putting it in the canon story. So Zoro, you're in Alabasta now, so you might learn about it. Zoro was said to have fought a Baroque work agent.
Baroque works.
Early on, before even meeting Luffy. And he said that he killed him and everything. But we never knew about that as One Piece fans. When he gets to Alabasta, Mr. One ends up talking to Zoro about it. And then we get to learn that, so Zoro Ben did this, but we never get to see it in the live action. They put it there.
So it was live.
Something that actually does happen. We just never got to see how it went down in the anime.
That was great.
It actually still does happen. So I like how they do stuff like that, where it's like One Piece has so much little minute details that you could just blow up if you really need to emphasize on the story. Like, that's where One Piece is really crucial at. Like, a lot of other live actions, they might not get this far because they don't have that type of author backing their story.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head for sure. I think, like he just said, it's those small contexts that like make the live action that much more enjoyable for the viewer. Like, even if you don't like just watch the, like caught up on the show, to see that scene, and then like for him to just like have that bravado to just walk in the bar and just drop this nigga, and like even like that commentary, just how we was talking about like Andrew Garfield being witty more than like Tobey Maguire or Tom Holland. Like, that was low key like a little bit of a different side of Zoro. He wasn't like he was standoffish, but this was like kind of like, this was just like dominant. This was just like,
that was it. He's like, give me a drink for me and my friend. He's had a long day.
He's had a bad. I was like, damn. He don't even talk like this.
That's not even pre-time skip Zoro.
Exactly.
Comic relief. That's different.
Exactly. And it's like, okay, they add into the character. I'm fucking with everything I'm saying. So yeah, I'm liking it. I've been seeing who I don't know the guy's name, but I saw a picture of who they casting for Ace. He looks perfect. I
You
can't
talking
wait.
about Lucas, my guy.
Oh, that's his name,
You
Lucas.
talking about
Yeah,
Lucas for Ace? Yeah, I've been promoting that. Well, me, him, and if you know the guy, his name is Anime News Guy. I think he always reports like anime news and stuff.
Huh.
We've been big advocates on that, like because that guy actually Lucas he tried to be Luffy, but he lost to Inaki.
Wait, is this legit? Like he got casted or?
No, it's not legit yet. Well, they haven't announced it, but he is someone like they've given him an audition and everything.
And I'm seeing him take pictures.
Let him do the audition and everything.
So I'm seeing him take pictures.
His name is Lucas. I can't remember his last name. He's also Brazilian too. Like he actually looks like someone. Like his character looks like that could be Ace. I mean, Lucas big brother.
Like they
show.
and it's
like,
perfect.
Everything kind of matches up.
It's perfect. He didn't get.
They just gotta dye his hair like completely black. Besides that, he's on.
Yeah. It's perfect. He didn't get casted as Luffy because he's taller than the MC that is casted as Luffy. So it goes
He
perfect.
also went and buffed himself up a little bit. I don't know if that was to match Ace or if he naturally just did that because he was feeling himself.
Yeah.
But now he actually looks more like the Ace. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes sense.
Yeah, I love it.
Aside from that guy, I feel like a lot of people wanted, especially because around the time that the live action had come out, the Blue Beetle movie came out, you know, and
that was my first pick. That was my first pick until I ran into Lucas and saw all the hard work he was putting in. But the guy and plus Inaki actually has a photo with the guy from Blue Beetle, and the photo with they're next to each other in the photo is like, oh shit, he could be Ace too, man.
Yeah.
They look like they're really related. So it's
they do.
Crazy.
That might be a leg up for him, honestly.
Yeah.
On the cool.
Folks, for the live action.
Say that again.
What episode are you on? Like
I'm on like 4 or 5.
Oh, so you're halfway there. You damn near there.
Yeah. But I've been enjoying.
I don't know why you just don't finish it.
Got 3 hours fair? There you go.
You're right. But even the detail on how they do the introduction of Buggy, I love that too. As nothing at all close to how it went in the anime, but it just brought his character to life so much for it to be like in that circus atmosphere with him having like slaves in the audience. It was like, damn, okay, yeah, he's a clown and he's here for comic relief, but shit, he's also kind of fucking scary. Like he is a pirate with a suitable bounty over here in this region of the area of the world. Like he's not nobody to just be played with. I love the detail in which they add into the show. I think they're directing it phenomenal. I'm fucking with everything.
This is why you gotta finish the live action because there's so many other moments with Buggy that I would love to talk about, but you have to finish it. So I don't know what to do.
It's coming.
A rock in a hard place.
It's coming.
Because it was funny because like I was watching literally that arc or the arc they ended at for the live action in the anime. So like being able to compare the two side by side was really interesting. And I think all the changes they did creatively made sense for, like you were saying, pacing and just where they fit together well, that they could bypass certain pacing issues and stuff like that. But yeah, I think a lot of people are also just having a lot of fun with it in terms of just like the general population, like people who don't even know anything about anime or One Piece in general, like giving this show a Netflix a try and be like, oh, that was fun. Like, you know, that was a fun show.
Yeah. We're going to get a lot of gateways.
I've gotten 25 people that didn't know a lick about One Piece. They haven't watched the anime, read the manga, nothing. I've got 25 people to watch the live action, complete it, and tell me they like it. And they're anticipating season 2. Like, I currently have text messages in my phone, like, any updates on season 2 yet, bro? And I'm like, nah, don't worry, it's coming.
Yeah.
I got you. I'm gonna let you know.
I think the live action is literally perfect for these gateway viewers. Like, I think Oda's doing such a great job. Like as the show progresses, even in 2024 moving forward, we still getting like people joining the crew, joining the fandom, joining the One Piece fanatic list, because it's like he's breaking down One Piece in such different aspects of content, like, but he's doing it in a good way. There's never been another live action to get this type of acclaim and win awards to the level that Oda's pushing One Piece to the forefront for live action. Even him revamping One Piece and doing these shorter ending arcs for the reanimation, that's a game changer. He's going to get crazy new gateway viewers just from that alone. And I feel like in the next 3 to 5 years, just off of these gateway anime viewers, these new gen people, One Piece's, I'll say, perception is going to change as far as, oh, it's too long, I'm not gonna watch it. It's gonna be some, oh, hey, this shit is that good. I need to start watching it. I just seen from the live action, and that's only a few episodes a season, and these shortened reanimations is gonna go crazy too. But what's been your favorite episode for the live action, Kumar?
Wait, what'd you say?
My favorite episode for the live action?
Yeah.
Man, I feel like them recreating the Nami scene was. I think they did an awesome job with that. But I think just the way they were able to end Arlong Park was like, just, I don't know. There's something about the way Arlong was in the live action that was just like, I really enjoyed the way that actor.
I can tell you what it was, because they wanted Arlong to be. They wanted him to poke at nowadays issues in real life. And nowadays issue, which is in real life, is racism. So Arlong literally was speaking from the perspective. This is why you gotta finish watching the live action.
I'm gonna watch something tonight.
But basically, if you watch Arlong basically they gave him the whole hip hop shebang. Arlong's introduction, he had 808s, all that. He was wearing Timbs in the water. Crazy. It was crazy. I'm telling you, it was crazy. Yes. And then on top of that, the guy who plays Arlong is a black man. Yeah. So just watching how he talks, he gives the speech about how people, how society has looked down on us, this and that and the third. They made it a lot more open than what they did in the anime, because in the live action, even Luffy's telling him like, yo, no one should be stripped of their freedoms. And Arlong's like, I don't care. Don't try to sympathize with me now. Yeah. I'm like this now because of your people. Now you're going to deal with it. And then, of course, Luffy handles business for sure. But it was literally, I like how they painted that picture, because that is an ongoing issue. Like, even taking this a little steer away from it, Perry could probably tell you about it. But even though my whole thing, I've been talking about this like a year and a half ago. Actually, the time I actually started talking about this, it was probably around the time I met Cokes at DreamCon last year. And it was that Oda is attacking real life issues in his manga. The problem is that Oda, up to Final Saga, Oda's been writing his story to catch up to real life. He's caught up now, but now he has to end his story. So now he's going to do what society hasn't done. He's going to show us his way of making a peaceful society. Right. You get what I'm saying? Because we're not there yet in reality. We probably never gonna get there. Who knows? But Oda has drawn out all these things. Or you're getting manipulated by the government. This, that, and the third. Blah, 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 blah. All these things that are happening in real life. And now Oda's going to attempt to bring it full circle and show us what he thinks a peaceful nation or whatever it should stand on should be. Will we all agree with it? Probably not. Yeah. But I like that he's taking these issues and attacking them in his series, not just for live action.
I feel that. No. Yeah. These are great points. These are great points.
Do you have a favorite episode to do?
Say again? For live action? Oh, yeah. Episode number 5, Mihawk's introduction was stellar. He talks like Mihawk. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the first time I've seen a character be more than the character actually is. Like, I'm confused on who's actually better, the anime Mihawk or the live action Mihawk.
Okay, you hyping this up. I'm fucking with this.
No. Mihawk, listen, they nailed Sanji, they nailed Mihawk. They nail. I personally think they nailed Luffy and Zoro. A lot of people don't, but I think they did. McKinney was the best thing you were going to get for Zoro.
Luffy for sure. Luffy for sure.
Yeah, Luffy as well, because I personally don't see it happening with anybody else unless there's an actor I just don't know.
Yeah.
Luffy's him. Inaki is him for that.
Yeah.
What's it called? They did Garp really well. They had an issue with Garp, and the issue that they had with Garp was because they made Garp way more involved in the live action than he was in that East Blue arc. Period. Yeah. But I still think he does a good job doing it, though. You get what I'm saying? Like, he plays a good Garp. The accent throws you off a little. It's not just a raunchy, tough guy voice. It's actually like a old school accent. But I still dig it, though. But episode 5 is my favorite because they show you that they kind of bring everything together where they're showing you the warlord is a system, but they can be called upon by the Navy. Then you had him literally butcher Don Krieg and his crew. He cuts the ship in half in the live action. That was epic. He was like, hold on one moment. Yang, whole shit is cut in half. I was like, that's fire. They did that. And then it was leading into the fight with Zoro. That whole thing, that whole episode to me was perfect. Usopp, when he was partying, he was like, yeah, Captain Usopp, you know, I do my thing. Yeah. And then my crew, like, he was lying, capping his ass off. He was like, yeah, my guy saved me. He's like, let me introduce you to my crew. And he's like, yo, this is, you know, I'm Captain Usopp. This is whoever.
My
crew. He was capping that whole live action. Like, the final episode, he was like, I fired on him until my fingers bled. I'm like, yo, son, stop with the cap, bro. But he was Usopp. He did that. They did Usopp, too. Usopp was a good pick, too.
Love it.
I think they did everybody right. I'm gonna be honest.
From what
I don't think there's anyone they actually got wrong. I'm gonna be honest. Even old girl Alvita, they did everybody right, bro.
Okay.
Zeph, he was really done correctly. Like, he might have been sleeping. He might be top 3 characters just off of how he was acting. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I like that. No, you got me excited. I'm about to watch them tonight. I promise.
I'm ashamed. So you're telling me you've been capable of watching it this whole time?
Well, so peep. I mean, everyone's capable of watching. Real shit. Like I said, I haven't had Netflix in months, but I'm sure I could find some website where I could whip something up somewhere.
Nah, Kumar, it's actually not his fault. I was supposed to send him a link a while ago.
That's true too.
That's my fault, man.
That's true too.
I'm just like giving him shit for it. It's funny.
I got a question for y'all though. I would love to know this. I know you guys, obviously, being the One Piece fans you are. How often do you guys bring on guests to these lives that aren't necessarily One Piece fans or are that into the anime, but yet it still gets brought up and talked about? It's got to be a lot.
Oh, right? Yeah, definitely.
I'm really open, so if anyone's ever interested, I'm with it. You know what I mean?
It's so hard to, especially in the space that we're in, and when you're talking about shonen and Big Three or just anime in general, like, One Piece will always be brought up because of how relevant it is, because it's still an ongoing show. It's still an ongoing anime. So it's just funny how you can still compare it to the new stuff coming out, because it's a new, like, it's still new. Like, they're pumping out these stuff that look amazing, you know, in terms of Wano and now Egghead and things of that nature. So yeah, I figured you guys haven't evolved, because it's never, like, you know, it feels like there's no end, even though Oda has said that.
It does get redundant sometimes, and the reason why is because the author, he goes on these breaks and whatnot, and sometimes we get lost in translation of what should we do during a break week. Like, we're literal drug addicts. It's kind of hilarious. And I'm not talking about just us, me and Coke. I'm talking about, like, the whole One Piece fandom.
Yeah.
Now, this is the funny part too. This is the real funny part. And I find this one gives me a real kick. So when it comes to One Piece and talking about things, a lot of things that people do after you get caught up with the story, Perry probably has done it herself. She just hasn't talked to anybody about it. Who knows? She probably talked to you about it. But theory crafting. A lot of people come up with their own theories, headcanons. They base it on good speculation, maybe off of context clues and foreshadowing that was in the story. The issue now is when you meet someone, like I meet Cokes, and let's say Cokes thinks, well, hey, I just saw what happened to Garp. He might be dead. Cokes is going to tell me a million reasons why he doesn't think he's dead. Now we enter that range where we're just arguing points. That's where the One Piece fandom is at. We exist to argue now, and it's kind of bad, but that's the truth. Like, a lot of people don't have that common ground. That's why I love Cokes. Cokes isn't really here to argue. There's things I come on here to argue. I'm not gonna lie to you. But Cokes will let you know, like, hey, this is how it goes. We're gonna do the script, but it does get real argumentative. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I'm like that with Cokes. Like, I let people speak their piece. I'm not here to, like, you know, shoot it. Yeah. And I don't know if Perry has talked to you about it, Goo, but just so Cokes. So I think Perry's biggest theory crafting for One Piece is the Croco mom theory. I think she really invested.
I have a theory that could help that theory. I don't know if he's a mom, but Croco is a woman. Croco, the origin of Crocodile, he is a woman. That's a fact. I can assure you that this is a fact. I can assure you of that.
It's leaning that way.
Kumar, are you Indian?
My dad is Sri Lankan, so it's a little up tip of India. So essentially, yes, but no. And my mom is Cambodian.
Basically, it stems from Hindi mythology. Like, if you know who sun god Hanuman is, or monkey god Hanuman, That's literally the whole thing Luffy's based off of. And Hanuman's father, Lord Vayu, this is all Hindi mythology. Lord Vayu is the one who controls the winds. Right now in One Piece, the one who controls the winds looks like Luffy's dad, Dragon. You get me? So if you go off of the Hindu mythology and then you literally find who each character is, you can find out where their story is either going or came from. Crocodile's story started from a woman who crossed the gods in some type of way, and when they banished her from that realm, she had to live on Earth, but she lived on Earth as a crocodile.
Interesting.
That's where I think Crocodile's whole thing comes from. That's why his name is just Sir Crocodile. There's no actual name for him. Right. We don't know his background. I think it's that. He even plays with it in the live action. He literally put a woman there, same complexion and everything, and then had the whole fandom tripping over it. I definitely thought that was Crocodile. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No. Coach, what do you think about the Crocomom theory?
I think, and this is the thing. If you were more like further in the show, I think it's some things that hold weight to it, only because of the conversation Crocodile has with Ivankov when they're in the prison.
That combo.
Okay, cool. Yeah, exactly. So
I'm about to say Perry has probably most likely shown him that. If she has this as a theory, I know women. If she has this as a theory, she's told him to sit down and watch this
for sure.
once.
For sure.
Probably at least once. I'm telling you, that conversation with Crocodile, that for me, that told me everything, because it's not going to be something about being gay. They're literally they're in the prison with a bunch of people that are gay. So I don't think that's the secret. He wouldn't care about that. Mm-hmm. What would be deeper than being gay? Having your sex changed, maybe?
To me, when I first watched it, I really I threw that conversation no mind, probably just because we were doing so much of the live shit. And this was like just because Oda would do like breadcrumbs, and this was so small compared to everything we're doing trying to break out the prison. When Croco had that conversation with Ivankov, I just took that as don't make me tell everybody your secret. Oh, your weakness is water, or if somebody starts bleeding, they can beat you in the fight. That's how that 17-year-old is beat you. And I was like, exactly, but exactly.
I said the same thing. I was like, yo, it can't be his weakness, because Luffy technically does it at Marineford, and if you want to be honest, any real fighter could peep that Luffy had to coat his body in water to interact with Crocodile. Right. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you look at everything else, it just makes a lot of sense. You're literally talking to someone who has a devil fruit who can change sexes, and they're holding a secret. They're holding on to a secret that you don't want no one knowing. Mm-hmm. It just makes, look, if it looked like a duck, and it quacked like a duck, I think that motherfucker's a duck. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Now, could that woman have also been Luffy's mom?
There is my issue.
I don't. Yeah, there's a bridge we need to cross. It's more information I need first, but I see the vision. I definitely see it.
One more note to help Perry out. There is a missing Empress from Amazon Lily, and it matches up. The age sequence matches up with how old Crocodile is and how old that woman might have been. And we also learned that Kuma has sent, you guys, right now we just found out that Kuma sent all the Straw Hats to those islands for a reason. Mm-hmm. But for some, they go over every little island that they go over, except for why Luffy was sent to Amazon Lily. We don't know. Why was Luffy sent? He sent all these characters scattered across. You're gonna see it. He scattered all these characters across the world and sent them to specific places that will benefit them on purpose. We learned he does that on purpose. Mm-hmm. And then we learned that he sent Luffy to Amazon Lily, but we know it was on purpose. We just don't know why.
I always thought he sent him there on purpose just for the transportation to go get to Impel Down. But I guess that would also be too simple.
Kuma had no idea that Luffy was going to go to Impel Down, or even try to. No idea of that. And watch this. Boa Hancock tells, I forgot who she tells. She tells somebody that love is a hurricane. Then we find out that the love is a hurricane line stems from the East Blue. So wherever she learned it from came from some motherfucker from the East Blue. Wow. We just don't know who she learned it from. But there's a bunch of East Blue shit going on, or there's a bunch of stuff that's, there's a whole bunch of stuff, man. She might be onto something. That's all I would say. She might be onto something.
No,
There's a lot of information we still don't have. So
hey. But to answer your question, Kumar, on YouTube, as far as JVTV goes, we done a lot of Cosplayer of the Month awards on there, and a lot of times the guests we have don't always watch One Piece. But since I'm such a huge avid for anybody just getting put on, I always do my damn best to try to put them on while we have them on camera. Yeah, because I personally I feel like watching One Piece just benefits your life more. Like when you get so far into the show, it's like, damn, I don't think I would have got any of this type of enjoyment from anywhere else. Like I enjoy all these other shows. I love Naruto. I just got on Bleach recently a few years ago before the like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Then thankfully got to watch the 1,000 Year Blood Right. Insanity. So glad I did that. So I love everything about the big three. But when it comes to One Piece, it's like, damn, it's different. Go ahead,
Can I address a comment real quick?
For sure.
All right, Mr. 3000, you asked next chapter predictions. So me and my group, Coach and Trade guys that we usually do this, we just came to the revelation that we probably should calm down on the prediction part of things because we've predicted the last 5 chapters, and it's starting to get this. My boy Trey said the story's starting to lose. He's starting to lose interest in the story because our predictions are so fucking accurate. So we won't be doing any more chapter predictions, at least for the next 3 chapters. At least I won't. I won't do any more chapter predictions for the next 3 chapters because everybody is calling me a know-it-all, even though I'm clearly right about more than half the shit I say. But we're not doing any more chapter predictions. No more chapter predictions. I think we should just chill.
That's cool.
That's all I wanted to say. That's the second time I've seen somebody ask us about, like, the second or third time someone's asked about, like, give us your next prediction for the next chapter. Like, nah, we're not doing that. Just let Vegapunk finish the message. When Vegapunk finishes his message, we'll pick back up on the predictions.
Nah, facts. But yeah, we definitely about to get popping with a lot more of these Cosplayer of the Month awards on Battleships bags as well. So grateful you was able to come and be the first person we hopped on live with to give flowers to. Nah, most definitely. I also wanted to know, who was your favorite cosplayer or your favorite anime character to cosplay?
I mean, I feel like
haven't done yet.
I feel like people always, if they see me at a convention, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you whipping out the Spider-Verse, the Vita Provocateur." Yeah. Like, and I don't like do that, but I feel people seeing me in the cosplay, I feel like I've gotten so many like the reactions that I get when I'm Doflamingo is like just because like I love that Minion Island fit on him and just like the
that was on point. That was on point.
The whatever the trench coat feather cape is just like a.
Listen, take it from me because I own a few trench coats. They work every time, my brother. Unless it's too hot, they work every time. People will do it to you every time.
But just in general, though, Cokes, like I haven't really cosplayed that many characters, which is why I really can't consider myself into weeds like that because I started with Nanami. I
was about to say you had a really fire Nanami. Sorry to cut you off again, but you had a really fire Nanami.
I did. Just because it was out when I first did it, like Hanma from Tokyo Revengers, like his adult form when he's in his little suit, like 5 or 6 characters. So I would like to maybe get in and really think about the next one I really want to like sink my teeth into in terms of like making it more like the next big quote unquote project, so to speak. I don't know. It's something I recently did Sokka and I love Sokka, but his
I saw that.
His design is very like simplistic compared to I don't know like anybody. Like I feel like Doflamingo he has such a grandeur sort of look to him, whereas like like a small little like a garb, you know what I mean? And I love Sokka as a character. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like Doflamingo has been like just it's always fun. I like being like playing the villain in terms of like just like cosplaying as a villain. Like I feel like a lot of people are just like. I don't know. When it comes to those photo shoots, those One Piece photo shoots, whatever they call it, like the Doflamingo cosplayers, it's almost always like, these fucking guys, like like.
Yeah.
Actually, whether you love him or you hate him, like you can't help but to like react to the guy because that's how strong of a character he is. So I feel like just throwing on the suit or just the pink feathered coat is just like, I feel like him, essentially.
Right. I see that. I see that for sure.
Shout out to One Piece too for just having that much drip for their characters. You know, I mean, all the outfits, like it's a lot.
Yeah.
One Piece is like that, man. Listen, last year, there's this. I think it was last year, or the year before. I didn't get to go, but it was. I think it was Anime NYC, and I think it was this YouTuber by the name of Paravision. He did this. There's this one of the Vegapunks. His name is Shaka. He had a Shaka fit, and it was probably like maybe 2 months after the reveal of Shaka.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
It was like,
that's super quick.
It was like, yo, how did you even get this fit so fast?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it was fire, and then I had no idea that it was Paravision, and I was like, oh shit. I wish I was at that con and saw it. I saw the picture floating around the internet, and then later on I saw Paravision posted, and I was like, "Oh, that's like it was just a really fly fit." So that's dope stuff. But you're pretty dope with the cosplay, and I feel like as One Piece goes on, you're gonna see more characters you just want to cosplay.
Nah, yeah, super unique characters.
Hell yeah.
And the fact that like each character, like obviously in each island they go to, each arc, like they throw on a different. Well, thankfully, Oda has given them that much like outfit changes. There's just like so many things people, cosplayers in general from cosplaying One Piece can work with, and it's just like almost never ending. Like I said, like there's so many characters to begin with, and then they all have like different looks. So it's just like the world is your oyster type shit. Like whatever you want to do and be, you can, because there's just so much to work with that show.
Yeah, that's
for sure. And you said you've seen Bleach, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, 1,000-Year Blower for sure.
Okay.
One of those.
The 1,000-Year Blower is like that.
No, it's definitely like that.
It is lit. I can't even be mad at you.
Okay.
1,000-Year Blower is lit.
No, for sure.
I'm telling you, it's because we're so damn spoiled. Because anime looks freaking incredible now. You know what I mean? Like, no shade to like '90s anime, and some '90s anime still hold up. Like, I still think Yu Yu Hakusho looks amazing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say.
They're gonna revamp that soon, and I definitely believe soon in the future they're gonna revamp. Bleach too. I can imagine Naruto's gonna get one soon in the future as well. Just give it some time. These things are gonna get revamped. I'm telling you.
But in that realm, like if you watch an episode of 1,000-Year Blood War arc in comparison to like the beginning of Bleach, it's like
it's different. It's for sure different.
Listen, the beginning of Bleach is so boring. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Bleach, but Bleach is so fucking boring until Byakuya and Renji come to get Ichigo and Riku.
90s anime
shit. It is a boring ass show until that time. I give you that. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Bleach needs to be kai'd out because the Bount arc is an arc that I see people always argue about it being canon or not canon. So if you was just to get rid of that, that'd be great. That fix most of the Bleach's problem.
Yeah. But it comes to this, or just like I was saying, all the new anime looks so good. It's like we're always expecting stuff to look that way nowadays. Like you want the flash stuff now. So
I gotta blame Demon Slayer.
No, I was just about to say that. It was them.
Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is the reason for all of this. They just came out and said that Black Clover, Baruto, Two Blue Vortex, and Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War are all taking on the 12-episode seasonal style just for an upgrade in anime, and they got this premise from Demon Slayer and the success that it had. So after Demon Slayer, after Hinokami Kagura, and then the Mugen Train movie, it was a wrap. Everybody done lost their mind.
Yeah,
that's right.
And that's why I feel like it's tough for kids nowadays to go back and watch the shows because.
Look at the comments. Exactly what I said.
Go Flamingo a lot, but I feel like you gotta Aizen's always up there for sure. Just the man with the master plan. Everything came all together for him in terms of just like. I was at DreamCon last year. Someone said something in Rob's video that was just like, it was all according to plan. Like you know what I mean. That shit was hard for me.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
Madara, but I think he got written off crazy, and I do not agree with the way his story ended. But I guess it's just
look. This is. I'm gonna just shut up.
Kishimoto had a different bag in mind, I guess.
But I'll always have a soft spot for Madara just because how they introduced him back into the Great Ninja War, like
godly.
Yeah, he was like that.
You don't talk to Hokages like that. He said the way he talked to not even Hokage. The way he treated the second Hokage with the black rods, the way he treated the 5 Kage, the way he was just laughing all shit. Like, I'm telling you, you don't talk to people. You don't talk to ninja great ninja like that. But he does.
It's like, yo, do you want all my clones to all have Susanos, or do you want me to have just
it was godly. It was godly. I'm telling you, he did that.
Yeah.
I liked for what it was, especially because being that the live action had just ended, and I was just watching the Arlong Park. I think Arlong as a villain is I love the way he just was such a like you were saying, he lived his truth. Like, he wasn't gonna let anyone change the fact I came up this way because of what y'all put me through at my people, and I don't give a fuck.
You meet a worse version of him later on. I'll just tell you that much.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that arc for sure. But I think Arlong Park definitely gets some due justice for me as a villain, and his what he put Nami through was if you really think about it, it was so messed up, messed up.
I'll say this. You haven't met Top 1 yet, but you gonna meet him soon. Keep watching. You gonna meet Zehaha himself. He's the top antagonist thus far. Well, you could say Eve, but Blackbeard himself is the man. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Blackbeard is him.
What he does and how he schemes and connives, but for sure, I think Aizen for Bleach is everyone's go-to when it comes to villains. I think there's a lot. Because I feel like One Piece, you got Blackbeard, you got
it's Doflamingo, and Blackbeard is who it is, but people ride Doflamingo to hell and high waters.
So he's got the drip. He's got the antagonist drip.
Yeah. And Naruto, I feel like everyone is either gonna pick Madara or Pain. Personally, I feel like I love Madara as a villain, but I think Pain had a better arc in terms of just like I said, I feel like the way they wrapped up the Great Ninja, the fourth Great Ninja War was a little but
the reason why I wouldn't say Pain is because it's the same reason I can't pick Obito. You are convinced to change sides at the end of it. If you're a real antagonist, you 10 toes down.
Naruto got to talk no jutsu though. I couldn't get past it.
Yeah, but if you a thorough villain, that talk no jutsu don't work. You know that shit. You feel me? It's just simple. You know what I mean? Because check this out. Doflamingo got beat and all that, and he's still in a jail cell, and he's predicting everything right now. He's literally a One Piece theorist. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I respect the villain for just being a villain. Like, no matter what, F y'all.
That's why I didn't like what they did to Madara, man. Madara was really him. He really did it. And then they had him get duped. And I didn't like that because they literally duped every... You know me, the dupa nigga syndrome. That's what I call it, because they duped Obito. They duped Pain just for Pain to get outdone, and we found out that it's Obito. Then Obito gets outdone just to find out that it's Madara. Then Madara gets outdone just to find out that Black Zetsu had something for Kaguya. Then Kaguya, we find out that she was running scared because Ishiki and Momoshiki and them was on her ass. There's too many... Who's really the villain? I can't pinpoint it. That's my only problem with Naruto as far as the how they ended the ninja war and the villainy.
Mm-hmm.
Your end game should be a clear villain. It shouldn't be like from that stems in a chain of 5.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
We an antagonist by committee.
Ridiculous. Say it again.
I say we antagonists by committee.
Biggest thing I can tell people in honestly that everyone struggles with. So me including I think staying consistent is something that you got to figure out on your own and really I wouldn't say burn yourself out, but try to find a system that works for you. But at the end of the day, I think my biggest thing I always tell anybody is you gotta like what you make, and even if you think it's stupid, if you make yourself laugh, that's like a sign. That's a reason to enjoy the process and post it. At the end of the day, if you're not doing it for yourself, then who are you doing it for? You know,
right.
I'll post stupid things, and if I make myself I care about because it's funny in that sense, and hopefully if I'm laughing, that means other people can also laugh at it, right? Or like it, or how. So that's like, yeah, my biggest takeaway is making sure you like what you do, no matter what it is. Whether it's like, no, it doesn't matter what someone on the outside says, because as long as you mess with it, then you're on. You'll lead other people finding that community, so to speak.
No, definitely. Honestly, man, I just got one more question for you before I pass thing to Goo and let him get whatever he wants to get out with you. I really wanted to know, how do you think that anime has affected your mental health out of like the last 5 or 10 years or so, just coming up and experiencing the POV of what it's like to jump into this community?
That's a good question. I feel like what? I don't know if you guys can hear Perry saying author of JJK is negatively affecting her mental health.
No, he's right. Mine's too. That's why I stopped reading it, man. I stopped reading that shit. People keep trying to get me to rush and read it. Why? So he can kill characters that don't actually need to die? Like, I'm confused as hell why he keeps doing that.
He's heavily inspired by Kame got killed.
This series not even all. This series is crazy. Well, he just killed another character, but you rush to read it every week. That's crazy. Crazy. I just can't understand it. I'm just gonna be anime only for that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't read that. I can. I'm just gonna end up slandering it. If I slander Naruto for certain things, you don't think I'm gonna slander Gege? What? I'm gonna slander the hell out of him.
You seen the Kame got killed, huh?
Yeah, I've seen the Kame got killed.
Okay. I heard he's a big fan of that show, so it seemed like he's implementing a lot of that over there.
No. But Kame got killed's death had points to it. Right. There was character growth and development with every death that happened. With JJK, we just often niggas because we can off niggas. Like, all right, bet. All right, I'm gonna write a story that instead of leaving everybody's happy and enjoying shit, we're just gonna kill people and then possibly bring them back later. Wow, why? Why are we doing that?
My sister was just devastating, and she's like, "Gege is proof that there are things worse than death." Like that.
Thank you. I agree.
It's crazy.
I mean, I'm anime only, so I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I'm not even caught up on season 2.
It's great. When you read it, it's like, what?
Manga spoiling everything. Like, I know things that I've wish I didn't know, like leading up to the. So maybe I won't be as shocked, but again, like a lot, I'll be shocked still. Okay, she said, because of a lot of
shocked.
This past season of JJK, I got spoiled on, so like I was still like, oh, that happened, but like if I didn't know things, like it would have hit harder. So what's happening right now, I don't know of, but I'm like, you're online and you hope you don't scroll and see this freaking spoiler, right? But
stay away from TikTok and Twitter. That's all I tell you. Those two apps will not do you any justice for dodging spoilers.
But in terms of answering your question, Copes, I think I don't know whether it's from just how we're brought up or things of that nature, but I think the protagonists that we grow up with in shonen will always play a big part of like the whole never giving up and trying to like find a way to succeed no matter and even if it's a big success, like finding the success in the little things, right? Because if you feel like you make a huge goal, and you can't in a certain amount of time, you're going to feel super down about yourself. So trying to find the benefit of like making smaller goals and achieving them, and they closely work together to help you get to the bigger picture, right? But I know it's really cheesy, but the whole Goku's, Naruto's, Luffy's, and Ichigo's of the never giving up, the never back down attitude. That I feel like people should feel that they can accomplish anything, because it's almost like speaking it into existence, almost, right? Like
manifestation, yeah.
That's a big thing. I feel like you gotta truly believe in yourself and speak on it before other people will see it in yourself, right?
Yeah.
Because no one really knows the work you put in or what you're doing behind the scenes, but once you do that big goal or get that thing, and people are saying like, oh, like like good shit, like I always knew you could do it, but you gotta believe that's in that for yourself before these other people can even see that the fruits of your labor, so to speak. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I know it's so cheesy because I feel like that's
not cheesy at all.
Characters like big thing is like I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna do it. Like and that you see them work towards it, but I feel like there's a reason why these authors, these mangakas, these animes always have that because I feel like that's something that will never go away in terms of always being important, right? So
yeah,
sure.
That's what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about like what I took from Baratier, and that a lot of, like I said, every day we're only getting older, and the older people get, the more they feel out of touch and out of the wave. And Coke, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 26, my guy.
See, he's 26. I'm 30. I know someone that does this stuff, and they're like 20. You get what I'm saying? And when you talk to people that are younger, they're surprised to see that you're as old as you are and still having the energy that you have for these things. And it's all about what you want to do. Like you said, you gotta like what you're doing.
Definitely.
Like you gotta see it. You gotta see it, grasp it, obtain it. Like at the end of the day, no matter what it is that's going on, like anime for your mental health is a great thing because there's people all the time that are overwhelmed by real life bills, family, drama, all types of stuff. But if you can still have your goal, have whatever that you say, like, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm going for this job promotion. At the end of the day, I'm going to make this much content. At the end of the day, I'm going to make sure I get these much views. At the end of the day, I'm going to make sure I get this new car. You have to, anime is putting that there for you. Like, there's no way you watch Black Clover. I don't care how much you hate it, how much you love it. There's no way you watch Black Clover and you don't feel Asta's energy in needing to get shit done. Like when the Wizard King looks at them and says, it's merit. Forget all that royalty, blah, 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 blah. If you want to get in my position, you need merit. That tells me that translates to real life. No one's going to listen to my takes. No one's going to hear my opinion. No one's going to ask my 2 cents if I'm not someone who has some type of merit to my name. So you have to you got to get the merit. If the merit is in make sure you have as many good predictions or good takes or just having good rapport with on a live with somebody, then you got to do that. That's something you got to do. And anime helps put that into perspective. Like there are things that you can do and they are obtainable. Don't think they're not obtainable. They are. You just got to break it down and obtain and go for it. You can't listen to, if I was to listen to everyone that told him that he was a magicless little bastard, you think he would be anywhere right now. Exactly. How many people looked at Naruto and said, I wish you died, kid? Hey, look, he's the leader of the village now. You know what I'm saying? Ichigo's a delinquent that people on the block probably wanted to see this kid arrested. Ichigo is him, who's protecting the town better than he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, every anime shows you that. Like, you gotta be able to believe in something that no one else can see. If you don't, then you're just gonna be a sheep in the flock.
That's right.
Wait, is it a flock of sheep or a herd of sheep?
I think flock.
See, look.
I think I think it is herd. I think flocks for birds.
Yeah, flock of birds. Yeah. Birds are the flock. Okay, yeah, you're right.
No.
But yeah, I have no more to say. That's all I wanted to say as far as for Kumar. You asked him all the great questions.
For sure. I got one more quick question, just because we got to spice it up with one last one. Then I'm gonna let you get up out of here. I know you haven't seen too much of One Piece, but I wanted to know, who do you think had the saddest backstories out of all the big three?
Oh yeah, he got to finish the story first. You can't ask that without him.
I just want to know what it's. But see, it's gonna be a great POV to get his answer today, and then later when he like 500 episodes in.
Okay, fair point.
Because, like I said, I don't know like how deep it goes, but I feel like a lot of people think Sanji's is really sad.
Is it?
But it's not just there, like him being stranded on that rock was that.
Mm-hmm.
They change it in the end, because I know in the manga, like Zeph gives him like his something like Zeph eats his own leg, right, or some shit like that in order for
yeah. But Sanji's backstory mainly comes from what we learned later on.
Yeah, because of the family that Sanji's a part of.
Yeah, it gets crazy.
Need to really flesh it out, but I feel like whenever this question being asked, other people, I feel like a lot of people say Sanji due to the fact of Sanji's.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Aside from that, wait. I think, but if not that fact, I think she's not Boa. Nico Robbins is pretty sad.
Yeah, that's also a top tier one.
Yeah, Nico's is pretty sad too.
But I wonder if they're gonna show, and I've only been seeing this a little bit more because of Post Malone and not going into it. But I wonder if they're gonna show more of Zoro's backstory because I know they gave him friend died falling down the stairs. And they didn't need more out of his backstory, right? That's all we got at the beginning, right?
They can't. His backstory is tied to a lot more bigger things, so they gotta wait. They can't just give it to us. His stuff involves like a whole admiral, a whole like why is Luffy's dad related to these people? Like Zoro's whole backstory is a lot to break down from it. I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot to break down from Zoro's backstory.
All right, so they gotta So that's what I'm curious about. I feel like he's. I don't know if like you've been saying like if it's like work. I feel like get on that. So I gotta just catch up.
Learning about it still will make you mad because we even still don't know it. So you know what I'm saying? Like we know his family tree, but we don't know the backstory. We just know the tree.
Yeah. I'm actually about to watch. I'm about to watch that Monster on Netflix soon too.
It's not bad. I thought they were gonna do a little more with it, but I wasn't disappointed though. I wasn't like overly impressed neither.
No, that's what I heard. But it's like if you want the the info, I heard it was dope.
Yeah, all the monster thing does is make Ryuma canon.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
It makes him completely canon. For real.
The one skeleton in Thriller Bark? I thought he was.
Yeah, Ryuma. Yeah, the Ryuma and Thriller Bark. Because before, so there's some One Piece history. Before One Piece actually was a manga, Oda wrote a story called Monster, and it was basically that samurai Ryuma. He was basically a samurai of Zoro lineage, because that's actually Zoro's great grandfather. So that's Zoro's lineage, while having Luffy's spirit. That's what type of samurai he was. So he was like Luffy, but he was like still like Zoro. It was like Zoro and Luffy in one character. That was Ryuma. Yeah, and then in the backstory, when he drew the manga, Ryuma did not have the black blade that he has in the actual anime. But when they made Monster, they made a thing to point out that the blade that Ryuma has is the black blade Shisui that we see in the canon story of One Piece.
Yeah,
they even put not to spoil the scene, but the ending of Monster is just they're gonna put the whole Thriller Bark scene at the end of the episode. So
fuck with that. Love that. I love that.
Yeah, it's hard.
I love all of that. But I can't wait to watch that. Hey Kumar, it was great having you on, my guy. Once again, so glad we could give you the flowers you deserve for everything that you've been doing lately. You're making big moves. I'm fucking with everything.
With this, I think this is great that you guys, because I always see it like you guys go live like all the time, and I think that's great. I think the community, getting to talk about the things you guys do and connecting with other people and things of that nature. So
yeah, thanks for that, because we're actually trying to open up the floor a lot more for not just One Piece, like other things as well. So
definitely.
I'm going anytime soon. So you guys literally, we all do, I should say.
Facts.
Yeah.
But guys, I'm about to go and hop off and check a few things. Probably about to hit Discord a little later, but I'm gonna hop off.
Kumar's content, he makes dope, amazing skits and reels from lots of different genres, anime, comics, all that type of stuff. Check him out. Till next time, peace. We just finished.
Just Vince, go.